Hey, can you guess what I have in common with the Rouge, the Ford family, Frank Sinatra, Tony Bennett, downriver? Well, it's all centered around Giovanni's, so let's take a walk and explore their history. What a pleasure and honor to meet you today, dear.
And also you, Tom. Well, it started out as a pizza parlor in 1968, and I didn't want to run a pizza parlor, so I said to myself, I'm going to make this a five-star restaurant. And my husband at the time was alive, and my mother was alive, and nobody had any faith in me. And none of the salesmen that came here had any faith in me either. So it was a hard job starting it, really, being a woman in the 70s. It wasn't an even thing then. Well, everything here is homemade. Nothing is bought, and our pastas are all made here. Our desserts are made here. And I will welcome you with open arms. I talk to all my guests, and I make them feel welcome. It's more the middle part of, it's from San Marino, Italy, like in the middle of Italy, and it's just a hint of garlic. We don't hardly use a lot of garlic. I think the friendliness of the restaurant, the welcoming, we have repeat people every Friday that have special tables that come in all the time. We deal with a lot of different class of people. I mean, from doctors, and we've had Frank Sinatra in, Tony Bennett and Red Skelton and John Travolta and Michael Bolton and a few others. I want you to take the friendliness, the food taste, cooking with Randy, the atmosphere. I think it's a beautiful atmosphere. Doesn't look like the neighborhood. It's way nicer when you come in. And I hope you remember that more than anything, Tom.
I have the pleasure today of sitting at this bountiful table with Chef Randy Truant of Giovannis Ristorante in Southwest Detroit.
It's a pleasure, Tom.
My pleasure. Let's just jump right into it, man. This is just something that's very difficult to make and get it right.
And this is our bistecca calamari frita. The steak of the calamari, tenderized, flash fried, and put on a bed of tomatoes, capers, scallions, red onions, and then a little beurre blanc sauce.
It cuts with a fork. It's just so tender. You guys got that. You nailed it. Your Previmi veal here, this dish. Chef Randy starts off with olive oil heated up in a saute pan. Flattened veal medallions with a coating of flour are added to the pan. The veal is nicely browned on both sides and then removed. Fresh asparagus and crab meat is heated up. Brandy is added as the pan flashes with fire. Demi-glace is put into the mix with some stock. The veal is put back into the pan and is finished off with some butter. All the parts to this dish are plated and ready to eat. It's ethereal, for a lack of a better term. Your homage to Michigan right in front of me. This is what we love.
This is our Polo Leland.
Chef begins by heating olive oil in a pan and then places 2 farm-raised organic chicken breasts over the heat until they are seared to a golden brown on each side. Next, a bevy of Michigan ingredients are added, including wild mushrooms, cherries, and cherry wine. As these heat up, port wine is poured in. The liquids are reduced as the flavors grow. Demi-glace is added to the sauce along with some chicken stock. The chicken breasts are placed back into the pan to finish cooking. Near the end, a bit of cream and butter go in to enrich the sauce. As the chicken's plated, the rich sauce is poured on top. Spiced walnuts and garnish complete this dish. It's not what I expected. It's very, very well done.
Thank you.
Very well done. Now, something that a lot of people may not recognize because they think all of them are round, but what do we have here?
This is our house-made potato gnocchi, shaped a little differently than sometimes you see. This is with black truffles, San Marzano tomatoes, house-made sausage, and finished with a little cream and white wine.
You guys really hit this dish out of the park. I mean, just the layers of flavor, it's got me going. One of my favorites, how can you not like it? Lasagna, house-made from the pasta on down. One of the mainstays at Giovanni's is the recipe for fresh-made lasagna. The process begins as house-made red and white sauces are lathered onto the bottom of a pan. Next, a layer of house-made pasta is placed over the top. More red and white sauces are spread on, plus generous helpings of Parmesan and mozzarella cheeses are added as multiple layers are built up. As the final coating of sauces and cheeses are put into place, I understand what gives this classic dish its rich and creamy flavor. Can't wait to sink my fork into this strata of handmade goodness. Well, Chef, pleasure and honor. I've got my work cut out for me here.
Thank you.
Thanks again. I'd like to thank our newfound friends here, Fran and Chef Randy at Giovanni's, and to you. And stick around for more of Dining in the D. I've got some work to do, so let me get on these house-made desserts. I've got 2 forks.